Hello traders, it's Tommy here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly Forex Forecast. I still focus on the same pairs like last week and 2 weeks ago because simply there is volatility. So we can see how our scenarios were in action. Yes, so sometimes we don't have to pick up different pairs if we see that volatility is there is continuation. We just focus or on couple pairs, same pairs, and just follow what we and just follow them. Yes, and try to find opportunities there. So first is Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and we said last time that we would like to see breakout. Yes, breakout to look for. Of course, lines are a little bit changed because I switch off MT4. This should be our line. So we said, okay, breakout to look for buy entries against main direction and trade in the retracement, or look for short entries and go with main direction. So if we pay attention, basically our line was, of course, higher because we would like to see 36 EMA breakout on the 4-hour chart, on the daily chart, and then try to look for long entries. If you, of course, would like to be more aggressive, if you look for long entries, for example here, then your goal is what? Daily 36 EMA. Yes, because if this trend line was broken, yes, like that, we can say, okay, let's look for aggressively long entries on the lower time frames to target daily 36 EMA. Why we do it in this way? Simply, this is the reason, yes, that if we have momentum to go short and price is bouncing, price like to bounce on the 36 EMA. So this is our goal because we trade against main direction. We have daily short 1-3, and what we see, continuation. So if we decide to take longs here on after trend line breakout, we see that we didn't get much. Yes, there was really difficult volatility to look for buys. No clean 1-3 simply because price, you see, went up, started to range, went up, spike, went up slowly, spike, went up slowly, spike. Yes, and when went up, and of course here we are already around the daily 36 EMA, so we don't want to grab any trades anymore here. Okay, so to buy, we didn't have, maybe on the Renko charts, which filter out a little bit noise, there might be something. And then what happened? Price reached daily 36 EMA, and what we could say, okay, we are here. We have this 2-3 line, and what we start to see, daily short 1-3. So if price reaches this, and we see there is no momentum anymore, because if price breaks daily 36 EMA, we can look for buy entries to target, of course, this daily trend line. Okay, but we had daily short 1-3. So what we can say, okay, let's look for short scenarios after 2-3 line breakout. Yes. So what happened? We had this setup, and as far as I remember, I'm in this trade here, short entry, stop loss above it was around 30 pips stop loss, and we see that 2 targets would be hit if you would like to trade with 2 targets. If not, first target was hit fast, and then we have bonus lot because our goal is here. So if our stop loss 30 pips, 3 times more our goal. Okay, so this was 1-hour chart option. 4-hour chart, unfortunately, we didn't have any entries. We can still trade this, it's not a problem, and we can also manage this on the 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart. So if you enter on the 1-hour chart, you place your stop loss here if you would like to manage this on the 4-hour chart, because price still might, range a little bit with the 36 EMA, and then we might get continuation. And you also can say, okay, I manage this on the 1-hour chart. So in this case, if price went down, I would place stop loss right now here and simply wait for another momentum. Yes, if you are not in this trade right now, the only way to trade this is wait for this support breakout, and we look for short entries. We look for short entries there, and we try to target this support area. Okay, so keep in mind that you might have here small risk reward, so pay attention to take trades on the lower time frames, like 5-minute, 15-minute, or maybe even 1-minute chart. Okay, and then what can happen next? If we go to weekly chart, we see that the momentum is to sell. We have this level and the next level. So if price gain momentum, we can even have continuation to this previous low. Okay, so there is still room to go down, but there might be also situation that price will stop here, and what we will get, bounce and bigger retracement back to this trend line again. Yes, so if we would like to take trades against my direction right now, it will be better to wait for this daily trend line breakout, and then look for long entries here. Okay, long entries here, and then trade against my direction target this. Or if price will stop between those two levels, you can also look for short entries and try to target this after breakout of this support zone. Intraday traders and scalpers can say, okay, if price reach this, this level here, yes, and you want to look for long bounce entries, you have to draw any trend line which will make here, and then after trend line breakout you look for long entries and you target daily trend line together with the daily 36 EMA. Okay, so this is what we have on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Next is Aussie dollar, US dollar, and we also see here that we said that we would like to look for breakout of this trend line, look for long entries, target this, or short scenarios and target this trend line. Okay, so we see that short scenario happened. This is for our chart, time frame. Let me just delete all the lines and see what happened here. Yeah, so we had this 4-hour chart scenario here. Yes, we had this 4-hour chart, short 1 to 3. Okay, so entry here, stop loss above around 40-45 pips, and target 85, yes, around 80 pips. Yeah, so it was okay to try this. You see even that price broke it. Yeah, so both targets would be hit if we take 2 targets. Okay, so there was option lower time frames, 1-hour chart. Nothing happened here, yes, because on the 1-hour chart we need to wait for 36. Yes, we need to wait for this, and then we look for short entries. But if we combine this with the lower time frames, with the 15-minute chart, for example, on the 15-minute we had, yes, you see, first entry here, stop loss above, and then we had this move. Yeah, so definitely, and this you can manage on the 15-minute chart. It will be like around 20 pips stop loss, and you will be stopped out here, so 2 to 1, or you just take this entry, you switch to 1-hour chart, and you just say okay, I take the trade here, and then you manage this on the 1-hour chart, so you can grab definitely better target. So what is next on the Aussie dollar, US dollar? So we see that price, is reaching this, but is breaking. So if you are in the cells, you can leave the cells running for now, because simply maybe we'll get continuation to the next support area, which is quite strong. You see, this is quite strong area, so we might have continuation. So if you are not in, you just need to wait for retracements, and you need to, yes, this is our trend line. So let the price a little bit go down, and then after retracement, if we are still below, you look for short entries. If this is false breakout, because this also might happen, yes, that this is only like, spike, and then we'll have this. After this trend line breakout, you look for buy entries, okay? And this will be like a bounce trade, because like last time we also, I think I draw this, that this might be, something like this. So if this is spike and we'll see up move, then you can look for some entries, and then your goal can be, of course, definitely this area here, yes, and then of course maybe higher if we have breakout, but definitely first this is our goal, because those are the strong level from higher time frames. Okay, but at least wait for this 4-hour chart trendline breakout to look for any longs. Until this trend line holds, you look for short entries, yes, but ideally below this, okay, because if we have short setup when price retrace here, we will be again up above this trend line, so this is not so nice anymore. Euro Aussie, what happened here? Scenario to go short happened. Yes, we set about a daily short 1 to 3, daily short 1 to 3 on the 36, and the continuation of this down move, or a little bit bigger retracement to this, and then continuation of this down move. Yes, and we see that scenario happened on the 36 EMA. So on the 1 hour chart, let me just yes, this was our trend line. Trend line was broken, but on the 1 hour chart, we had only this one steep setup, you see. So we didn't have like, move, retracement, and continuation. How we can trade setups like this? It's also easy, because if we see that we don't have, like this retracement, but we have move and price is in the range, what we can do, we can say, okay, if price is in the range, we draw lowest point and we simply wait for breakout of this lowest point. And whenever price breaks this, we look for lower time frames, 1 to 3. Let me just check if there was something. I don't remember, but the volatility was strong here. But we had this was the first entry stop loss, and in this case, it was really, really nice risk reward, because if we enter here with stop loss around 15 pips, and you manage this wisely, you could get really. We don't want to manage trades close to the 36. Yes, if you are not stopped out here, which is still good target, and price went down, you see that it's like 6 times more, or even more. Yes, even more in this case. Yeah, so if we manage this, it even almost 10 times more. Yes. So yeah, that's why it's good to manage this not too fast, because if you catch trade like this is really nice. Then this is really nice for your account, for your trading account. Yeah, you can always say, okay, I switch to 5 minute to trade the trade, and I manage this on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, so if you manage this on the 1 hour chart, you would reach around 70 pips. Okay, so price went down, so we could say, okay, let's wait for the 4 hour chart entry later on, but this didn't happen. Yes, you see, this is our line. Price tried to break this, but never happened. So what we have right now, the situation might be like this, that price support zone is lower, so we can still have continuation. We have this line which is holding on the daily, but we can also have situation maybe that price, make this higher low, will go and retest this again, and then will continue to go down. Okay, so this is option number one. Let's see, maybe this will be 1-to-1, something like this, more or less. Or we will simply see that price is making daily short 1 to 3 and is making continuation. Okay, because those setups are always more tricky, because if we have higher low, we have trend line. We can start to draw trend line. Okay, so if you decide to jump in, because we can definitely still look for short entries after this trend line breakout. Okay, after this trend line breakout, you look for short entries, but your goal is this line. Okay, if you have breakout, then you of course try to target previous lows here and then this support zone. Okay, if price won't break this and will continue to go up, I would wait to see the price around this level and try to sell again to target this, and then of course after breakout we target that. If you don't want to trade here, simply long entries here, short entries here, and you just simply have to wait whenever this up or down scenario happen. At GBP New Zealand, we see that last time we said about 2 ways: long entries, short entries. Yes, this was our line. And we had opportunity to look for sell entry, but unfortunately it would be losing trade. Yeah, this also happens, part of the game. We need to get used to this. We wanted to look for short entry still with main direction for continuation to this support zone or to the next one. Price was bouncing around the 12 EMA, so that's why we wanted to grab sell entries. And where was the setup? Setup was here. Okay. setup was here. This was good setup to trade, yeah, because we have this trend line breakout. Also, we could start to draw this trend line, okay, false breakout, and then we would like to go down, but didn't work out, okay. So didn't work out. So price broke this level, yes, because if we would like to take longs, we have to wait for this level to be broken. And price make on the 1 hour chart retracement to 12. So basically this was like a 15-minute chart setup. Yeah, you see breakout, retracement, entry, stop loss. This was the 15-minute. If we wait for the 1 hour chart, we only had this option here, okay, this option here. Entry here, stop loss around 70 pips, and price moved 80. So our first target would be hit, and then if you then your stop loss probably would be hit, because even if you place stop loss here and then you trail a little bit, yes, and you will be kicked out with this, but still small profits on this trade. Yes, and where is our daily? And yeah, so whenever you take the longs, yeah, keep in mind that's why we always target daily 36, okay, or 4 hour chart 36 if we would like to trade on the lower time frame. So basically, this trade was a little bit aggressive, but still was okay to take if we plan to trade against. But you see what happened. Price reacted, and we had this bigger move. Yeah, so let's see what we have right now. Weekly still pointing down. Yes, we have levels. Daily still pointing down. We have new trend line, new 2 to 3 line. So basically, right now we have to wait for breakout of this trend line. There is also resistance. Let me just. Right now we have resistance, but like I said, I don't draw it because we have 36. Next resistance is higher, somewhere around this area. Yeah, so this also might be situation that price will, let me just extend this line here, that we will have up move, spike, and then this, okay? So pay attention to this level because we can look for breakouts, but it will be better to look for price above this level, okay? Then we have resistance higher, so we have more room to go. It's around 300 pips. Or we wait for breakout of the 2 to 3 line here, and we look for short entries and we target this. Of course, intraday traders, scalpers can also play around with GBP New Zealand, but I think on the lower time frames we have too big spread to trade this, so basically it's better to wait for breakouts of those two levels and then try to trade this. And USDCAD, we set about short entries here and target this area. This area was our, of course, 36 EMA together with this trend line. So we said that, okay, whenever price breaks, bounce on the 36, we can look for buy entries and target this. And I'm in this trade. I took it. Yes, first target was hit, so I will post this on our Facebook account channel, so you can see this, because we set about the short entries against main direction target this, or long entries after bounce. Yes, we said that this is a little bit aggressive because weekly chart might point down, daily chart was pointing up, but right now it looks like it's pushing up, it's breaking, or it's fighting right now with the resistance. So lower time frames, on the lower time frames we didn't have any entries on the 1 hour chart. Maybe on the 15-minute, if we think about those short entries against here, yes, you see this was only the first visible setup entry stop loss, and then we didn't have much. We have also here, but it was, you see, no volatility, so there is no point to jump in. If you didn't catch any entries, then it's okay. You just say, I wait for the retracement, and I look for buy. So on the 4 hour chart, entry was here, stop loss would be around 45 pips, target 90, so it's okay. Lower time frame combinations, this is our 2 to 3 line from the 4 hour chart. Okay, and then what we had, this 1 hour chart, 1 to 3. Entry would be here, stop loss around 35, 40 pips. First target was hit, so it's okay. Even second target would be hit. Yeah, so there was this. Any lower time frame entries? There was only one 15-minute entry stop loss. Okay, so we had like a couple of options here to go long, and right now let me just delete the lines which are not. It will be much easier for our eyes to read the chart. So we are around the strong resistance here. Yes. So what can happen? Price might break this and continue to go up, or we'll see retracement maybe on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we will see retracement back to the 36, back to the trend line, and then we can look for again for buy entries and target this or that. Okay, so lower time frames right now are not so nice. The only thing which we can do is to trade against main direction if we like, because there is resistance here. So just wait for price to play around, and then after breakout you can look for short entries together with the 36 EMA breakout, and then your goal is daily trend line. Yes, if we see that price is struggling here, then you see breakout, you look for buy entries and you target this. Okay, so basically we would like to see breakout on the USDCAD. Remember that lower the risk when you trade the sells. Okay, so that's all for upcoming week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment or contact with me. I wish you all great week, and hear you soon. Bye.